Alrighty, hello everybody. Excuse me. Hello, and welcome. How is everyone today? I hope I find you well. I am Darkside Phil. Hello. It is Sunday. It is the last streaming day of the week for me. I welcome you all to the stream. What's going on? Today's a fun day. Today's going to be a good day. Alright, full day of streaming, first of all. So I'm excited for that. We've got good variety of stuff on the streams. I'm excited for that. Starting up something new, although not the first time I've played the game, but still something new. Excited for that. It looks like we may actually get some people on the stream who maybe aren't usually around. But this is a special occasion, and some people have wanted to turn out, which is pretty cool. Okay? So, FYI, today is Sunday, August 18th, 2019. Holy crap, it's the 18th already? Damn. I seriously didn't even realize it was the 18th. Okay, then. Wow. Things are moving very quickly through this month, that's for sure. Today, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in over 7 years, I am returning to the world of Sly Cooper. That is right. So a little bit of history with me and the Sly Cooper franchise. Back in the day, 7+ years ago, there was a little trilogy release called the Sly Cooper HD Trilogy for the PlayStation 3. Now this was during the heyday, back in the day when I used to make YouTube videos with a camera. That's right. It was before the time of direct capture was adopted, before I ever live streamed. Okay, and it was definitely a different time back then, let me tell you. But people at this point had me begin to play games that I had missed out on during the PlayStation 2 era. Because for those who know my history, I basically missed out on the entire PlayStation 2 era of gaming. I was heavily into competitive Street Fighter at the time. And because I was so heavily into competitive Street Fighter, I missed out on most of the PS2 era games because I was just traveling and playing Street Fighter on console, and that was about it. So, when the Sly Cooper HD Trilogy was released for PS3, okay, you know, I said, jump on this opportunity. In fact, during this era, if you remember, there were a lot of HD trilogies that were released, including the Ratchet and Clank trilogy, the Hitman trilogy. There's a lot of these HD trilogies for PS3 during this time frame, okay? So, I really enjoyed getting the opportunity to play the Sly Cooper games upgraded for modern consoles. In particular, you know, being able to play it in widescreen is quite neat, because otherwise, you know, you don't get that opportunity. It doesn't, you know, the games aren't in widescreen at all. If you just play them on the PS2, at least I believe. I think that was before the widescreen era, I want to say. And plus with upgraded HD graphics. Now, admittedly, the graphics of this game are not modernized. Even for 7 years ago, the graphics are outdated. Let's be very honest and upfront here. This is very much, you know, a version of the games that, yes, they run a little bit better on modern consoles, but they're not, oh my god, blow you away with graphical fidelity or anything like that, alright? If anything, what this did, it made these games accessible to an audience who maybe didn't own the PlayStation 2 and had no intention of going back to buy it, and maybe wanted to experience these games again. In addition to that, when this collection came out in 2012, it came out in 2011. The newest game in the Sly Cooper trilogy, Sly Cooper 4 Thieves in Time, was actually about to be released. It was like on the cusp of being released the next year. So they wanted to basically get people introduced to the character, per se, so they knew who the hell he was. Not that you're buying a trilogy of games, you don't know who the hell the character is, or why would you want to buy a new installment of a game if you don't know who the hell the guy is, right? So it was a great opportunity for that, especially for me. I had never played the original games, to, you know, see how the series evolved over time, because boy did it. The first game, second game, and third game are all quite different, even though they all have a collection quest kind of a deal in them, and a lot of platforming, gameplay, and combat as well. The franchise definitely evolved over time, okay? Now, what's funny about that is that, first of all, Thieves in Time apparently did alright. but they never continued the franchise. I thought maybe, you know, in 2012 when they released Thieves in Time, this would be a reinvigoration of the Sly Cooper franchise, and we were going to see Sly Cooper come back to the limelight and all that, and it didn't happen. For what reason, I have absolutely no idea, but it just didn't happen. So Sly Cooper had one more game, and that was it, and it kind of wrapped up forever, and we haven't seen Sly in over 7 years, right? But I definitely enjoyed playing the Sly Cooper trilogy when it re-released on the PS3, okay? In fact, some people to this day still reference those playthroughs and say, man, those are some of my favorites that you ever did, you know, back in the day. And some people have asked me over the years, would you ever consider replaying the Sly Cooper games? And I was like, well, you know, if there was ever a real reason to, I would definitely consider it. But I've never really seen a concrete reason to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the summer of 2019, and we've got about a week to a week and a half before new releases hit, okay? There are new releases this month, don't get me wrong, but we've got a little while before they actually hit, and I really don't have much going on. You know, I'm playing certain new games, and they're fun and all the like, but I've got some downtime. I'm already playing Grand Theft Auto 4, and, you know, I just beat Super Mario 64, right? So all this retro style stuff going on, and I said, why not take opportunity to maybe go down memory lane and play a game, a franchise that a lot of people really love, a lot of people enjoyed when I played it the first time, and maybe I'll go back and replay it again. Now, there's another reason for me to go back and replay this too. The original time that I played this trilogy, as I told you guys, it was before the era of direct capture and live streaming. So first of all, the camera quality was poor, and I'm well aware of this, that, you know, the visuals of the original playthrough that I did of Sly Cooper weren't great, you know, a lot of, you know, lighting issues and stuff like that. And in addition, there was no interaction. It wasn't live streamed at all. And so when there's no interaction, it definitely feels like a different entity than when I actually have the interaction and all that, okay? So I think it's going to be fun to re-experience the Sly Cooper trilogy, to be able to have interactive streams with you guys while I replay it, and to just have fun with it. Now, here's the thing. I will say this up front, and if you have issue with this, you know, sorry, but I've already played this game, alright? There's no reason for me to treat this game as if, oh, this is a brand new release playthrough. If people want to give hints and tips and a little bit of spoilers or whatever about the game, I'm okay with that. I see no reason why, if people were like, wow, well, this will make it a little bit easier, Phil knows this or this, to just go ahead and do so. Share that information. It's not like I'm playing it for the very first time or anything like that. Okay? I've already been there, done that, played it offline without anyone interfering or interacting. So this playthrough, you know, to make it a little bit on the easier side, oh, Phil, there's a secret over here. Phil, here's how you do this. I think that that's okay. Okay? So we'll see, you know, as the playthrough progresses, we'll see how I do. But I certainly don't want people to feel that this is like, oh my god, it's his first time playthrough. Someone give him a hint. What a horrible spoiler. That's not going to happen. Okay? Sorry, I already played it. It's not that big of a deal. Let's not freak out before the playthrough even begins. Okay? Sometimes people will be helping me, and that's okay. That's part of the interactivity of an interactive stream, is that people are going to talk to you about the game. Alright? So, it's going to be fun. Now, I'm already getting questions in the stream chat, so allow me to start addressing some of the questions that I'm seeing in the stream chat before we get started. First of all, I see people saying, are you going to 100% this game? Are you going for every single collectible and every single item and everything in it? Well, I don't remember, being very frank with all of you, I don't remember how difficult or viable that is. I know that I platinumed one of the Sly Cooper games, but I don't remember which one. I think it was Sly Cooper 2, I want to say. I'm not 100% on that, though. I can't remember which Sly Cooper game it was that I platinumed. And I remember whichever one it was, I really enjoyed going around and getting all the collectibles, okay? But I don't know, in comparison to, say, you know, the one that I platinumed, if this one's going to be any harder or anything. Here you go. JH9918 just says, you actually almost did platinum Sly Cooper 1, but I missed some of the clues in the second to last world. And here's the thing, back then, I wasn't an interactive streamer. There wasn't anyone to say, hey, Phil, you missed something, go back and get it before you beat the game, and then you don't get all the collectibles. You see what I mean? Very different from today, where people can say, no, Phil, you missed out on 3 collectibles. Go, you know, they're here, here, and here. Go get them so you can get the platinum or whatever. So maybe I will platinum it then. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm not against it. Let's put it that way. I'm definitely not against platinuming the game. Especially if it seems viable and we have time. That's the other thing too. So time frame wise, just so you guys understand what's going on here, this is going to be a playthrough that I'm going to be balancing with Grand Theft Auto 4 for the next week to 2 weeks. However, next week there is a new release in Control. It's the new game from Remedy, the makers of Alan Wake, and I'm very interested in Control. I saw some gameplay of it on Twitter where you basically have telekinetic powers and you're throwing objects and using levitating bricks as like cover from gunfire and stuff. It looks pretty interesting. I definitely want to play that. And at the end of this month, there's 2 survival horror games. So I am going to be juggling Sly Cooper with Grand Theft Auto 4. We're going to see how far we get. I don't remember, in particular, I don't remember how long this game is. Just being honest, I've completely forgotten how long Sly Cooper 4 is. Or excuse me, how long Sly Cooper 1 is. It was the first one I played, so it's hard for me to remember, you know, back that far, how long the game is. So, we're going to see, you know, how long it takes me to beat it and how it goes and go from there. But, you know, am I going to 100% it? I don't know. It depends on time frame wise as well. If people are really liking the streams and they like seeing me go for all the collectibles and we're having fun interactions and everyone wants to see the playthrough continue, I'm not against, you know, continuing the playthrough in a capacity where we go for 100%. But at the same time, I'm not committing to it, and then people get upset, you know, because I didn't do it. You know, that's what I don't like, is when I say, oh, I'm going to do something, and then I can't do it, or time frame wise, a new release comes out, and I get distracted from it, and then people get all upset about it. I'm not going to commit to it, okay? We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Now, the other thing is, people are saying, well, are you going to do the rest of the trilogy? And the answer there, quite frankly, is no. Not right now. There's absolutely no way I'm going to have time to play the rest of the Sly Cooper trilogy this summer. It's just not going to happen. We've got new releases right around the corner. The hardcore gaming season of the fall is right around the corner. And there's no way that I'm playing 2 and 3 right away. That's like crazy. I'd be really dumb to try to commit to that, when in reality I know there's not going to be any viability to doing that, okay? So, hopefully this has answered some of your questions. This allows you to know exactly what to expect coming up here. And there's no misconceptions and no confusion about how I'm going about doing this, okay? Fair enough? Hopefully that was good enough for you, okay? Now, in regards to everything else going on, well, later tonight, I'm going to be playing Street Fighter, Throwback Street Fighter. And we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping, here's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that tonight I can play other people, because the last couple of times I've played, I've only come up against either the same couple of people or the same exact character. Like last week, I was like, oh man, I'm really dying for some Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And I played Urien, not even just the regular Urien, the same build of Urien, the Aegis Reflector Super version of Urien, like 100 times. And it was all different people. But it was like, dude, I get tired of fighting the same thing over and over. It becomes less fun the more you fucking do it, you know? So in reality, what I'm hoping for here is that it doesn't end up being like that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't just end up being the same fucking thing over and over. I'm hoping that we can find some other people, quite frankly, and not do the same fucking thing. So let's see what happens, okay? We'll see what happens tonight with Street Fighter, Throwback Street Fighter. If it ends up being, wow, I can only find the same people against the same thing, it might be my last session of Throwback Street Fighter. I'm just being honest here. Like, I definitely don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. And that gets boring to me. Every week I fight the same people, do the same fucking matches. That's just not interesting. So, let's see what happens tonight. Play it by ear and go from there. Okay? That's what we'll do with that. Okay. Alright, guys. So, that's tonight. Now, tomorrow I'm off. Okay, just to clarify for everyone, so everyone knows what's going on. Tomorrow I'm off from streaming. No streaming on Monday. It's my day off of the week to spend with my wife. We'll actually go out and do some fun stuff, but also pair that with a lot of busy work and, you know, basically just running errands and getting shit done that we need to do during the week because we don't have time to do it the rest of the week. We're both working. So tomorrow I'm off from streaming, but during that time frame, please take the opportunity to head over to my website, thekingofhate.com. Excuse me, not thekingofhate.com. To head over to my YouTube page, DSP Gaming. That's DSP Gaming on YouTube. All right. And if you check that out, you're going to find archives, of all of my gameplay from the week, all of my latest playthroughs, you know, archived and updated there. It's a great opportunity for you to get caught up on my day off with all the stuff that I've been up to. So I certainly hope that you guys will check that out in the interim while I'm not here. All right, and then I'll be back on Tuesday. And this week, let me tell you guys, we've got an absolutely full week of streaming ahead. All right, the full week ahead. What are we doing this week? A lot of stuff. Okay, when I return on Tuesday, we're going to be continuing on with Grand Theft Auto 4. All right, so the Grand Theft Auto 4 playthrough will be continuing. That's awesome. And then it will be Tuesday night, the Madden 20 chill stream. That's right. I'm going to be continuing on with my Madden 20 gameplay. Oh my god, excuse me. Which I've been on and off playing, and I did a chill stream of it last week, not knowing what to expect or knowing if you guys were going to like it. Well, you guys liked it. Your overall feedback was, wow, this was really good. It actually works out better as a chill stream than it does as a main gameplay stream. So this has now made it kind of into the main rotation of games as a late night stream, okay? So that's going to be this coming Tuesday night. Wednesday is going to be the continuation of my Sly Cooper playthrough. Sly Cooper will be the main game on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, we're going to do a late night stream of Judgment, okay? Thursday, we're going to be doing Life is Strange 2 Episode 4. I know, the game exists. Can you believe this game still fucking exists? It does. Life is Strange 2 continues on, even though most people have completely forgotten about this game, that it even exists at this point. You know, I haven't. And the playthrough will continue this coming Thursday. Yes, the new episode. Then Thursday night, I'm going to be doing my weekly stream of Black Ops 4 Blackout. Okay. And then Friday, it's going to be the continuation of Dragon Quest Builders 2, my 4+ hour stream of Dragon Quest Builders for the week. Okay. And then Friday night, it will be my weekly Minecraft chill stream. Okay. So lots of variety and fun coming up. Also, that weekend, also that Saturday and Sunday, will be more GTA and more Sly Cooper. All right. So FYI, it's basically the last hurrah for a dead week. And what I mean by that is the final week of August, we finally get a ton of new game releases. A ton of new releases. All right. I'm only going to be playing probably 3 of them just because of time constraints. But this is the last hurrah for the summer downtime fun stuff. You know, during the summer, I usually play these playthroughs that are more downtime fun. And this is it for that. This is the absolute last session of that. Okay? So, that last week of August, new stuff, finally. You know, we've got Control, like I already mentioned, from Remedy. We've got 2 horror games in Man of Medan from the Dark Pictures anthology of horror games. That's the people who made Until Dawn. And we've got Blair Witch, a survival horror game. And then if we have time, there's other games coming out too, like Astral Chain and other stuff. But I'm not super interested in those. I want to see, you know, how we do with the other games first, okay? And then, of course, when we hit September, on and off, we'll be doing all kinds of new release stuff, including things like the Modern Warfare beta, and checking out maybe Gears 5. I'm still on the fence about Gears 5, so I don't know. Maybe Borderlands 3. I'm on the fence about that one, too. I guess there's that game. Isn't it like Demon Ex Machina or something like that? Etc., etc. Many games coming out in September. All right. All right, so that's the deal, guys. That's the schedule for the next couple of weeks. A few things. First of all, I want to apologize to anyone who, basically today, at the last minute, people were trying to vote on the Rageathon games. Sadly, it looks like your time is up. It looks like the website's being upgraded. I know for a fact that the software on my website, thekingofhate.com, needed to be upgraded badly for like 2 weeks, and I guess the webmaster had been busy. I haven't spoken with him, but I guess overnight a message popped up that said the website is now being updated. So sadly, I didn't know that was going to happen, but at least we had the poll up almost the entire week before this happened. I've already contacted the webmaster to find out what is going on with the website. Hopefully it's, everything's fine. I'm hoping it's just, he's upgrading it or whatever, and there's nothing went wrong or anything. But I'll let you guys know, what happens with that. What the plan was that poll was going to be open till Tuesday, and you guys were going to be voting basically during my day off tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, I was going to take the results of the poll and tell you guys, okay, these are the games for the Rageathon Marathon. And then what we were going to do is schedule that in for that last week of August. I was thinking maybe the day before all the survival horror games come out, like that Thursday might have been like perfect for it. But I guess we'll see. Let's see what happens in regards to that. Hopefully the website gets back up and then we can get the results, and I'll have all that for you this week. Okay, so the Rageathon is coming up by the end of August once we get the results. Now, also, guys, you may have noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, we hit the subscriber goal for the month of August, which is damned awesome. There were a lot of generous people who came out and were very supportive this week, gifted subs, subscribed to the channel. So in general, great stuff. And I'm very pleased that obviously people stepped up because they wanted to see the next retrospective event happen. And it's going to happen now, okay? So I will let you know, when that process starts, because what you guys are going to need to do is start nominating your favorite moments from my 11 years as a content creator, and those moments you nominate are going to be the ones that we end up watching back during the marathon, the retrospective marathon that'll take place sometime in September, okay? Oh, I got a burp stuck in my chest. I hate when that happens. Hopefully it comes up. Ugh. I hate when you get that feeling, that lump in your chest, but it won't come up, right? Ugh, annoying. So yeah, it could be anything. It could be your favorite game playthrough. It could be your favorite funny moment from a year, or maybe one of the funniest moments countdowns, etc. It could be a game review. It could be a travel vlog. It could be just a vlog from when I was, hanging around my old place in Connecticut. It could be anything. And I've really enjoyed the retrospective events that we've done so far, because the truth of the matter is that most of the content that I put out over the 11 years that I've been doing this, I've never went back and watched again. I just upload it, and that's that. That's what people say. Oh, what was your biggest fail moment? What was your this and that? I don't know. I just play the games and I enjoy them in the moment, and I don't really very often go back to reminisce about what I've done. I'm just always on to the new thing. It's actually you guys who would actually be more equipped to nominate some of the best things for us to watch during an event like this, because you're the ones who go back at your leisure and you pick your favorite moments and you watch them back. I'm the one who just creates the new stuff every day. Okay? So, very nice. I'm excited for that, and I will let you all know when we get around to being able to nominate those moments. Obviously, with the website down, that's not going to happen now anyway, but I'll let you know when that's possible. Okay, guys? All right. So there you have it. I covered a lot. I covered the Sly Cooper, second playthrough, why we're doing it and how we're doing it. I covered the schedule for the next couple of weeks. I covered events. I covered a lot. Now it's time for us to move on to the next segment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next segment of our show, our pre-stream extravaganza, is the gratuitous plug segment. That's right. This is the segment where I tell you guys the ways that you can contribute and help out. All right, so thank you for 11 awesome years, ladies and gentlemen. For 11 years, I've been a content creator on the internet. I've been able to, on a daily basis, share my gameplay experiences with all of you and give you my honest and true reactions to what I'm doing. I absolutely love doing this for a living. In all the various ways that I've done it. I started out as just having this as a hobby on YouTube that I would do for a couple hours a night after I got home from my job. Then after doing that for about 2-3 years as a hobby, never making any money doing it, I lost that job, unexpectedly got laid off, and then I turned my hobby into a job for 6 years, where I was a full-time gaming YouTuber on DSPGaming. Sadly, in 2017, YouTube's ad revenue bubble burst. They lost most of their major advertisers due to the adpocalypse and a lot of mismanagement. And it became completely unreasonable and just not possible for me to be a full-time YouTuber and make a living anymore. So I changed up my formula and became a full-time streamer here on Twitch. I made it so that my gameplay streams are now interactive and fun. Constant talking with all you guys, having fun conversations, fun dialogue, shout-outs for contributions, etc. And the rest is history. Things are great. I absolutely enjoy everything that you guys, do with me here on the streams every day. I love coming to work. It's a lot of ways. It's funny that this even is work to me, because it's not. It's just me hanging out with you guys and having a good time with games, right? But that being said, it's not all just a party atmosphere, because now I primarily rely on contributions from you guys, crowdfunding during the streams in order to make ends meet. It's the only way I can make ends meet, because I make almost nothing on YouTube anymore, even though I do still upload my gameplay stream archives to DSPGaming on YouTube. Sadly, they don't make much money, if anything, okay? It's more about what I can bring in here on streams, okay? So, the first thing that I want to say up front, okay? Understand that even though I have a plug segment, and even though I give shoutouts for contributions, and even though, yes, it is your crowdfunding and contributions that keep everything going around here, all right? Contributions are greatly appreciated, but they're not mandatory. All right, I'm just happy to have people come by and hang out with me on a daily basis. I find it amazing that after 11 years of doing this, people still care about me. Let's be very frank here. There's a lot of people that have gone by the wayside in the last 11 years, and they don't do what they do anymore, or they had to change up completely, and, they're no longer who they used to be. Or they just up and quit, right? And I'm still here. And I think that's a testament to something, that what I do has value, that you guys want to see this continue to be successful. Okay, so thank you for that. But if you can't contribute, that's okay. Just hang out with me. Just have fun. Bring a positive vibe. Interact. Talk with me. Talk with the stream chatters. Have fun. Have a laugh. That's what it's all about. All right? Don't feel pressured that because you can't contribute that you don't belong here. That's not true. At the same time, those of you who can step up and contribute, thank you very much, because you are the guys and gals who are keeping this going, and I really do appreciate that. All right? So that being said, let me now outline some ways that you can actually contribute. The first would be to check out my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges to that campaign will earn you personal perks as a way of me saying thank you for your contributions. There's various different perk levels, and I'm not going to go into massive detail about it simply because it's all outlined right there on the website. There's no reason for me to break it down and talk about it when it's all listed there, okay? So please give it a look. All right, thank you to anyone who considers pledging to my Patreon, and of course, thanks to those who already are existing patrons. All right. Number 2, check out my Teespring store at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Primarily, there's t-shirts there, all right, but there's a lot of other stuff as well, including like stickers and mugs and other stuff. Good quality stuff. I can attest to it because I own a bunch of it. I've owned it for over 2 years, and it's great stuff, so please give that a look, all right? Now, if you're here on the stream, obviously, it's a no-brainer if you want to contribute during the stream and get a nice interaction and shout-out during the stream. If you either cheer with bits or subscribe to the channel or you tip me during the live stream, I will give you a shout out, okay? Now, a few things that I want to say up front before we even get to that, all right? I, number one, have no obligation to say or do anything on my stream, and even though I like giving thank yous for people who contribute, sometimes there are people who try to derail the stream or say something negative or whatever, and I'm not going to address that stuff, all right? Number two, there's just simply things that I can't say or do on Twitch because of the terms of service, all right? In general, I try to maintain a chill vibe here on the stream, and what that means is we try not to get into arguments or start drama and controversy. So in general, we don't talk about things like politics or religion. We don't talk about haters and what they're doing, stealing my content and doing more negative stuff to me today and yada, yada, yada. We don't care about that shit, okay? And we don't bother with it. So please, understand that if people try to bring this stuff up and derail the stream, I'm not going to bring that up. I'm going to ignore it. There are people who contribute, and then people are like, oh, why didn't he give a shout-out for that? Well, that's why. They're probably trying to derail with something negative or something like that. And if I feel that the stream's going in a way that's going to derail it or make it not a nice, chill, positive vibe, then I have no obligation to address any of that stuff, okay? Just to forewarn everyone, I have the ultimate say on what goes here on my streams, all right? But in general, I go out of my way to try to give shout-outs to everybody, all right? I do, and I'm very appreciative for all of your contributions. I just want to let you know that, I want to give you credit if at all I can, all right? It's not something intentional if it doesn't work out and I can't give you a shout-out, okay? Now, as you can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen. I update this periodically with the top tipper and top cheerer of every stream. So it's a way for you to get recognition, all right? Pretty cool way to get recognition for your contributions. Fair enough? Now also, in addition to that, there's a cheering leaderboard. This is integrated into the Twitch stream chat, all right? And it allows you to get your name showing if you're one of the top cheering contributors of the week. So FYI, today is Sunday. Today is the final day if you seek to get to the top 10 cheerers of the week to actually get up there. Reason being, this is a leaderboard that's part of Twitch. I don't run it. It's automatically done. And it resets overnight between Sunday and Monday. So as of tomorrow, that's all going to reset to 0. So if you want an opportunity to get noticed, an opportunity to say, oh, I was one of the top cheerers of the week, today would be the day that you have to cheer. All right? Fair enough? RimRep says, why do you call donations contributions? Because they're not donations. There's a distinct legal difference between a donation and a contribution. A donation is something that you do that you would give without any kind of expectance of like profit to be gained. So for example, if you donate to a charity, that charity is taking the money and or the goods that you donate and putting it towards, say, helping the homeless or feeding someone who's hungry, okay? What you give to me is a contribution or a tip, because this is considered taxable income by the United States government, and it's considered very different, all right? Obviously, if you're giving me money, it's for profit. It's for me to buy other things for the business. It's for me to buy food and put clothes on my own body. You know, that's what the money's for, and everyone knows that. Or to pay my bills, you know, pay all my back debt and bills or my taxes or whatever it may be. That's different than saying, oh, give this for charity. And a donation implies giving to charity, all right? That's why I call them contributions or tips, not donations. If other streamers call them donations, they could do that, but they're doing the wrong thing. Legally in the United States, well, if you were to contribute to any live streamer like this, it is not considered a donation whatsoever. Okay? There's your answer. Okay, so, one final thing, and then we're going to get to shout-outs for those who have contributed during today's stream, okay? FYI, all the methods that I've just mentioned, okay, are all incredibly viable ways for you to contribute, and they all help out, all right? But if you want to know, gee, what is the actual best way for you to contribute? The best way for you to contribute would be to tip me. The reason being, tipping helps me in 2 completely different ways that's really helpful. The first is that I get funds for tips right away. So when you tip me, those are funds I can put towards anything. In general, usually your tips go straight to paying bills. Okay, just being honest. But tips can also go to other things, which is the other second useful thing here. Tips usually buy all the new releases for me. Whatever you guys tip on a stream typically pays for the new release content that I do. Okay? So that being said, if you tip me on a stream, it can help me afford the upcoming releases. Like I said, we've got Control, we've got Man of Medan, and we've got Blair Witch that I'm all definitely playing by the end of this month. Now, there's some other games there as well that I mentioned. I think it's like Unanaki and Astral Chain that are kind of what-ifs. Maybe I'll play them, maybe I won't. And so those I would consider playing, but they're not definite, all right? So tipping me allows me to have some more funds to buy games with, okay? So 2 ways to tip. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. Either way takes you to my PayPal tips page. And FYI, you can be anonymous. You don't need to use your real name if you're going to tip me. You can actually make something up, or you can make something up, or you could just, you say anonymous or whatever. Because some people are afraid, oh man, if I contribute to Phil publicly, what if someone finds out it's me and comes after me and harasses me on the internet? Well, you don't have to do it. You can just completely make up something, and no one will know it's you, okay? All right, so thanks to anyone who contributes anything. It is now time to give shout-outs to those who have via a little segment that I like to call Shout-Outs. What an amazing and original name for the segment. Obviously, you can tell I put lots of work into it. All right, so first of all, a couple shout-outs to those who contributed overnight. We start off with Star Wars Pizza, who tipped me $1. I said, why did you get so mad that one time you were playing Battlefront 2 and the chat started talking about pizza? I have no idea. First of all, Battlefront 2 was, 2 years ago? I think? I don't even know. But I certainly could not tell you. This is what I mean. Like, people are like, what's your favorite of this? What was your favorite moment of that? What about this happened? I don't remember. I can't. You're trying to get me to remember a single moment in 11 years that every day I've been here streaming. I can't remember a time I got angry about pizza while playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. So, sorry. Thank you for the $1 tip, whoever this is. But I have no idea what the hell you're referencing. And I wish that I could tell you, oh, It was because of this. I have no idea. I really have no concept of what you're talking about. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Vincent 444 who did a 108-bit cheer. That's so far that's the top cheer of the day. So let's get him up on the leaderboard. That's 108 bits, 8 bits. And he says, it's too bad Sly Cooper movie is never going to happen. Yeah, wasn't it supposed to happen? Right? There was a Sly Cooper movie apparently in the works at one point, a CGI movie, right? Now, I don't know if the reason that it was canned is a result of the fact that the Ratchet and Clank movie completely and utterly tanked and no one went to see it in the theaters. Maybe it is, but it would have been nice. I think that a Ratchet and, honestly, I think a Ratchet and Clank, I think a Sly Cooper movie actually would have done better than a Ratchet and Clank movie. I think that the plot of Sly Cooper is a lot more interesting. The characters are more interesting. The writing, honestly, is kind of better than Ratchet and Clank. And it's funny because with Ratchet and Clank, this movie that came out essentially completely was superfluous and not needed. The reason being, if you played the Ratchet and Clank HD remake / re-release that came out at the very same time as the Ratchet and Clank movie, you saw the movie because the movie was just the cutscenes from the game pieced together to be like a 90-minute film. So that was kind of stupid. Oh, I bought a $60 game and I played the game. Now I go to the movies. It's the same thing I just fucking saw. Why did I even go to the movies? Right? So I understand why maybe the movie didn't perform so well. Okay? Sly Cooper, not so much. There was no re-release, at that time, and Sly Cooper, was going to be a 3D animated movie versus, there's like some 2D cutscenes in the game here in this collection, but I think it would have done better. I do. But it is what it is, right? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Sad. Sad. Okay. Let's continue on, guys. We got a $1 tip from Orange Trump, the new Black Obama. Oh, my God. Seriously? I have to put that on the leaderboard? Orange Trump, the new Black Obama. I have to put on the leaderboard. Oh, no. All right. How about this? Instead of that, because that's way too fucking long. I mean, that was like a giant sentence. I'll say, Orange Trump, the new Black Obama. There you go. What the fuck? Oh, my God. Thank you for the $1 tip. He says, I learned a new English word today, indisposition. I put it in a sentence, but my teacher said it was wrong. Can you correct it, please? During a football game, I prefer to be the goalkeeper because I love playing indisposition. Okay, then. Thank you for the cheesy pun. That's exactly what that was. That was a wordplay cheesy pun. Thank you for the $1 tip. I appreciate that. All right, let us continue. Vash7342 did a 50-bit cheer and says, watch out with the Street Fighter tonight because we all know it's Evil AJ 2010 who stream snipes you every time you play that game. He did it last week. He was the guy that keeps playing you in Super Turbo and some Third Strike games. I don't think he played me in Third Strike. At least if he did, it didn't say Rugal Bernstein. It was a different account. But I don't think he played me in Third Strike, did he? I wasn't even aware that the guy plays Third Strike. I know he plays Super Turbo. And honestly, actually, I was enjoying playing him for a while because I was trying to learn the matchup. I was playing with Dalsim, and I'm not great with Dalsim. So I was trying to learn the matchups against him. And even though he was winning a lot, I was actually starting to learn. I was like, oh, okay, this is what you do here. This is what you do here. I was actually starting to learn the matchups to some extent, which was a good thing. But I agree, you get tired of it, right? You absolutely get tired of the same fucking guy every fucking match, especially because the guy only plays with 3 characters and he's a button masher. He literally uses every online cheesy strategy to mash throws when it's not even timed well. He just walks forward and mashes buttons to try to get a throw in a lag. It's pretty stupid. Not to say that people don't do that in the real game too, just it doesn't work as effectively because there's no lag. So, it is what it is. If I play him a few times tonight, great, but you're right. If I end up playing the same guy all fucking night, like I said already on Prestream, I don't know how viable it is for me to keep playing the collection because I don't want to play the same 2 people, or the same matchup. Like I said, every person I fought in Third Strike was a fucking Urian player. Like, dude, enough with Urian. I'll play anyone but Urian. Give me any other character but fucking Urian to fight, right? So I guess we'll see. Trophy Hunters tipped me $1. So remember when you got that Sly Cooper Platinum, do you think you would consider doing downtime for a sub goal to go back and collect trophies from nominated games to try and get a Platinum? Well, first of all, Trophy Hunters, thank you for the $1 tip. As for that suggestion, I mean, it's certainly interesting. It's nothing I've ever tried to do before. You've never seen me go back and say, okay, guys, this week our goal is to try to go back to a game and get the Platinum that I never got before. I've never done that. If anything, people seem to really enjoy me, see me play games for the first time, honestly, or go back and replay a game that I've played either in a different spin, like, for example, with Sly Cooper HD, direct capture and streaming, versus the original playthrough, which was blurry and not streamed. Yeah, I'm not against it, but at the same time, I don't know how viable it is. Like, some of these games, oh my god, right? You probably got to grind it out so boringly and so long term to get the Platinum, and I know most people probably don't want to see that. Maybe it's more catered towards a more chill stream, depending on how to get the Platinum, right? So I guess we'll see. You know, when I just played Super Mario 64, I challenged myself to a 120-star run, and I was able to do it, which essentially is like platinuming the game. There's nothing else to do. Once you've done the 120-star run, you've seen everything, right? So, you know, that's cool, and we'll see. You know, it's a good suggestion. If people ever want to see me try to go back and platinum games, I'm not against it, but at the same time, I don't know how entertaining it would be. I guess it's more of a judgment call, okay? Vincent cheered again. He says, why can't we have Catherine full body and Ni no Kuni on direct capture? Catherine full body, I've explained a million times. I'll explain it again, all right? I don't like Catherine, the gameplay. I like the story, and I liked the anime cutscenes. I hated the gameplay of Catherine. I despised it. I did not like the puzzles at all. That was like not my cup of tea. I struggled the entire time I played Catherine. I didn't like it whenever I had to do the gameplay. I was like, man, give me a cutscene, let me go to the diner, let me interact, let's see how the story fleshes out. But then we would go to the puzzles, I was like, oh, fuck, again? So why would I go back and basically torture myself playing a game I know I don't like? Here's a perfect example. Back in the day, I would play games no matter what. Whether I liked them, whether I didn't like them, I would just play through the entirety of the game, all right? And if I liked the game, great. It would be a fun playthrough where you see me all vibrant and excited. If it was a game I didn't like, you'd see me rage at it, okay? And people liked both things. Now, in the case of Catherine, it was a mixed bag. Like I said, I really enjoyed the plot and the cutscenes, and I was happy about that. But then, when I played the gameplay, I raged at it and hated and failed, and it took me forever to beat the game. I have zero desire to go back and play that game. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I have zero desire to go back and play that game. I don't like the gameplay of it, you know? It's essentially, you're asking me to go back and play Street Fighter V for the 400th time when I told you guys I don't like it. Same thing with Catherine. I don't want to go back and torture myself with gameplay I know I don't enjoy, and I'd rather do other stuff. So the answer there is a no. I'm not going to be going back and playing Catherine, okay? Fair enough? Have I answered it thoroughly enough? Or I get the feeling 25 more people will ask me in the next 2 days. Even though I'm not even here tomorrow. And 20 people will ask me. Okay. Ace cheered and said the only thing that deserves full commitment to is to finish the game one way or another. 100% is a tad too much in my opinion. It takes away attention and time from other games that deserve at least a try. So Ace is actually of the opinion that I shouldn't be going for platinum runs in these games. That it takes up too much time away from other games to try to do completionist runs. See that? So there are people of differing opinions on this subject, and it's good to see those opinions and weigh and balance them and understand that they exist. So thank you for that, Ace, for both the cheer and your opinion. I appreciate that. The Last Rambo 341 did a 50-bit cheer. And he says, why were you playing the same 3 or 4 stages in Super Turbo? DJ, Chun-Li, Blanca, etc. I wasn't. Here's a little bit something that you need to know about the old school fighting games, okay? When they were in arcades, because that's what it is, the Super Turbo that I play in the collection is an emulated version of the arcade version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So it's essentially, they took the coding from the game board that you would play on an arcade machine, and they emulated it on a console, okay? The way it would work is that when you started playing the game, if you weren't playing against a human, you'd go to the whatever they call it, the World Warrior, the ladder mode, whatever you want to call it, where you fly across the globe fighting the AI in different stages. And I believe in Super Turbo you have to beat like 8. I could be wrong. I think it's 8. Sometimes it was 10. And then you get to fight the boss, Bison. Okay, and Bison. Well, incidentally, it would always be with the same 4 people who would be at the beginning of the game. And you would start on their stages. So it would either, you know, Chun-Li or DJ or Blanca, or I think sometimes it would be, I don't think it was Zangief actually, but although we did play Zangief stage a few times. But you're right, you noticed when we were playing, it was almost always the same stages when we start. Never did you see Ryu's stage. Almost never do you see Ken's stage, right? Every once in a while you'll see a Fei Long. You'll see a Cammy. Very rarely, though. It's only usually the certain same 4 stages that it goes to, okay? But it depends on who you pick. Actually depends what stage you'll go to, okay? And who picks first as well. Like, there's a few factors that factor in. But there's basically no stage select in this version because this is not an actual customized version. It's not like Capcom took the time to data mine the game and reprogram it so that, oh, this game now has a stage select mode and it has music select mode and all that. They didn't. Essentially, all they did is very lazy. They paid a third-party company to rip the game board of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo from the board itself and emulate it with an emulator in this collection. That's why there's no features. Like, you notice there's like almost no features in the collection. That's why. It's lazy mode, at least possible effort for maximum profits. So they just paid a company to emulate all these ROMs in a suite, which is essentially what it is. They put a big, fancy, schmancy presentation over it, but all it is a bunch of emulators that you could play these games for free on your PC, but you charge you to play them on a console with 0 effort, okay? It sucks, because it has all the same problems as the very free versions you could play right now on PC. The games run at the wrong speed, the games have glitches, certain stages are running too fast. It's stupid. And they again, no effort. I would have loved having the option to select what stage you want to fight on. But those are all options that were added into fighting games much later on in the console versions. And now, of course, all fighting games are console games. There's very rarely would you find an arcade version of any kind of fighting game these days. It's mostly primarily played on consoles, so they all have stage select and all of that now. But that's why. We weren't intentionally playing on those stages, okay? All right, continuing on. Saiyan Gen cheered. It says, I just wanted to say I think it was emulator and controller you used that made Mario 64 controls bad. You played it on the original console, the controls are way better. I just remember, all right, playing this in the 90s on that Nintendo 64 controller. Well, first of all, we all were trying to get used to it because it was the first controller ever with a thumbstick. And the thumbstick on the N64 controller was not like a modern thumbstick. It was very tall and skinny, and it wasn't smooth. It didn't feel smooth moving at all. And it was kind of like it's very hard to describe. It almost felt like a joystick you were moving with your thumb rather than a smooth thumbstick. It wasn't until the era of the PS1 when they did the DualShock controllers with the thumbsticks added that it started to feel like that. And then, of course, over the years, they've evolved a million times in the last 15, 20 years almost. We've had thumbsticks. They've changed these around a million times to make them more modernized and better. But that original thumbstick on the N64 controller, it was just something wrong, something not wrong with it, but something weird about it. It wasn't until, like I said, the PS1 era that it felt more natural. So, for me, playing N64, like, I didn't hate the thumbstick, but I also wasn't in love with it. I actually thought the thumbstick felt great playing Star Fox 64, but I didn't really like it for Mario 64. I felt that it just didn't give me the range of control that I wanted. And I felt that same way playing Mario 64 again on the Wii U, where I can't get Mario to stop. He's running. Okay, slow down. Stop. He won't stop. He slides off the edge. Or he's standing at the edge. Okay, I want him to turn around. I press backwards. He steps forward off the edge. I'm like, I pressed backward. Why did he step forward? It's this weird momentum mechanic they have in the game where you can't just, like, stop on a dime, turn around, and move like you can in other Mario games. Again, keep in mind, it's not from 1996. It's the first major, well-known, and well-played 3D platformer ever. It leaves something for improvement, and boy, did they improve the controls of Mario games over the years, you know. But for what it is, I personally don't think it was the Wii U version. I think it's just the game itself. And that's why it was so improved over the years. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's what I think. All right, shout out to YOLO Vaco, or YOLO Vaco, who just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, YOLO Vaco, for the sub. I appreciate that. Cliffy Bureau has also gifted a subscription to Shove It Up My Bottom Line 69. Congratulations to Shove It Up My Bottom Line 69, and thank you, Cliffy Bureau, for the support. Nihilistic Goldfish. Oh. Excuse me. That was the burp that I talked about earlier on Prestream that was stuck in my chest. It finally came out. Oh my god, that was disgusting. I'm sorry, guys, but at least it came out. Oh my god. Oh, I actually feel relieved now. I do. Like, I feel like the gas has been free. Okay. So thank you for being patient and understanding when I exploded here on stream. Okay, continuing on. Nihilistic Goldfish did a 145-bit cheer. That's actually the top tier of the day. Let me get you up on the leaderboard before we respond. Hold on here. There we go. 145 bits. Okay, thank you. All right, he says, my freezer in my basement containing over 15 pounds of meat went out last night. Uh-oh. That's not good. So I had to throw away a ton of dripping with blood, rotting meat this morning. Very vile shit, brother. Ugh. And not only is it disgusting, that's a lot of money. You know, meat's expensive, and it's always good when you can buy it in bulk. Like, you go to the grocery store and you buy a giant thing of chicken thighs that's enough for, like, 3 meals. Or you go to Costco and you can buy a big thing of, like, beef brisket and you can make, like, a bunch of food out of it. It sucks if you had a freezer and the whole thing went bad, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Thank you for the cheer. And rest in peace to the meat. That's a shame. That's a barbecue that never happened, and that's a shame. Darth Tonius did a 59-bit cheer and says, did you ever play in Super Turbo tournaments? You're pretty good. Yes, I did. Essentially, I played in Street Fighter tournaments starting in the late 90s for games like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. And I really loved those games. And even though I was a top player in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, I really jumped into the competitive scene at the very end of the game's life cycle, so really it was all about Marvel 2. I was good at the game, but I was never a top competitor. I would go to, like regional qualifiers, like East Coast Championships and the like, and I would do all right. I would usually make, like, top 20, but I would never really get past that. And it's a shame, because I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, but I just never got to the level where I could be a top performer. But I was a huge shit talker, that's for sure. Then during that time period of the early 2000s, I realized I think I liked more straight-up fighting games than the more cartoony, action-based, you know, tag in and out, wave-dashing kind of games that the Marvel series was. So I started playing games like Capcom vs. SNK 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Incidentally, I think Super Turbo was the one I liked the most, and that's the oldest game in the series. That's the original game that put Street Fighter on the map and made it the staple for competitive gaming. Fighting gaming, I should say. So, over the years, I played the shit out of it at every tournament I could get my hands on it, you know, on Arcade Cabinet. I played the various console versions of it. And then, out of the blue, at EVO 2005, I don't even remember anymore. I think it was EVO 2005. I got 4th place in the entire tournament. And the top 3 placers were Japanese. I beat all the American players that year at the game to basically become the top-ranked American that year. Of course, there was tons of controversy because that was the first year that EVO adopted console versions of games over arcade. Everyone complained that the console version of Super Turbo wasn't valid. It wasn't similar to the arcade. So then the next year, in 2006, I proceeded to win EVO East, which was the East Coast qualifier for EVO, in the latest version of Super Turbo, which was called Anniversary Edition. Then I traveled the country, going to every qualifier and winning all the qualifiers and or placing top 3 in every qualifier that I touched. So I pretty much proved that it wasn't a fluke in 2005, that I could hang at a top level no matter what version of the game I played, okay? Then, in 2007, I did it again. There was another new version of Super Turbo. This one was called Capcom Classics Collection 2 on the PlayStation 2. And this version, again, I won EVO East, and I was placing or winning at all the qualifiers all over the country. But then in 2007, I got burnt out. It basically said, man, I've been doing this basically as my hobby and my major focus of sinking money and time into it for like 8 or 9 years. And honestly, I didn't really feel like I was getting much out of it. At the same time, I was diagnosed with a major back injury, so I wasn't really able to travel as much anymore because my back was screwed up. And I said, I need to kind of reevaluate what I want to do as my life and my free time, because I don't think that the Street Fighter thing's working out. So instead of traveling constantly for Street Fighter, I decided to start getting re-immersed into console games, and I did that for about 1.5 years, and then I started making YouTube videos in 2008, and the rest is history. So there's a brief summary of my history as a competitive fighting game player. A lot of people in the modern era don't like me for various reasons and literally try to hide the fact that I was good at fighting games. They'll say that every tournament I ever won, even though there's, like, not even kidding, probably like 30 or 40 tournaments that I placed well in or won in Super Turbo, they'll say, oh, none of those are valid. Oh, okay. 40 times, none of them are valid. You know, I can say, oh, 1 or 2 times is a fluke. 5 to 10 times, all right, maybe you got lucky. 40 times, those are invalid. Okay, whatever you say. All right, let's continue on. Jay Bowler did 100-bit cheer. He says, if you get all the vaults in Sly 1, you will find the game much more enjoyable. Okay, then. I don't even know what that means, because, again, it's been so long since I played Slide 1. Constantine tipped me $1.22. Says, Phil, would you consider playing old school RuneScape as a chill stream? I don't know anything about old school RuneScape. I don't even know what the game is. So the answer is no. But thank you for the $1.22, and let me get you up on the leaderboard. Okay. Continuing on. Retro Jim did a 50-bit cheer. He said, do you think that Catherine's risque scenes are appropriate for Twitch? Honestly, I don't even remember the scenes. I mean, the game is so old, so old. It's one of the games that I remember back in the day. The reason that people really like me playing that game is because I wasn't a kind of guy to play a Japanese-style game. And that was one of the first Japanese-style games that I actually played for YouTube, and people were blown away. Oh my god, Darkside Phil is going to play Catherine. It has anime cutscenes and all kinds of weebo shit in it, and we can't believe that Darkside Phil is going to play this game. He's a very Americanized dude, and we can't. So, you know, it was like an anomaly that I would play the game, and you know, I mean, come on now. Over the years, how many of these Japanese-centric games, the entire Yakuza franchise, the entire Persona franchise, 1 million Final Fantasies, yeah, I could just sit here and rattle off 5 zillion games, you know what I mean? So, I have no idea. Honestly, I don't remember too much about all the individual cutscenes of the game. Too risque for Twitch? I doubt it. I guarantee you people have played the full game on Twitch, so. Slie has resubbed for 8 months. Thank you, Slie, for all that. For all the support. I appreciate that very much. Jack Spartacus tipped me $1 and says, I never got to see these games back in the day, so this should be fun to watch. Well, yeah, this is a long time ago. This is over 7 years ago. You really had to be a long-time hardcore viewer and fan to have seen the original playthroughs, unless you just recently maybe jumped on my stuff on YouTube and started watching it. So, yeah, welcome, and hopefully you enjoy. Griffin Box tipped me $1. It says, do you still have the plates from the illegal chop shop in your garage? Did you ever get the issue sorted out? Dude, that was from 5 years ago, and the answer is that has been long sorted. That's like superbly old news. That was taken care of years ago. So don't worry about that. Yes, that was all reported and taken care of, and it wasn't a big deal. Essentially, from what I'm going to understand, in certain states they expect you to return your plates, and in other states they don't. Incidentally, Connecticut is one of the states they want the fucking plates back. So when I moved here from Connecticut, the DMV contacted me, you better send us those plates or we're going to bill you. I was like, oh, you fuckers. So I did. I mailed it to them or whatever. But essentially, it would be the responsibility of the owners of the vehicles to have had to return those a long time ago. And essentially, I just told the cops, and they were like, you get rid of those. Like, that's nothing. You just toss them. At this point, it's so old. We don't care about that stuff, you know. So, there you go. Okay. Is Earl the Spider still hanging around in the garage? Nah, he's been gone for a while. That was like 3-4 years ago. Earl is gone. Okay. All right. So we've covered all the contributions. What we're going to do now, since it's the last opportunity to do so, I want to give a shout out to the top cheering contributors of the week, since it is the last opportunity to do so. Okay? So thank you to the top cheerers of the week. In 10th place, Enemy Warlock, and a tie with Joe, so essentially it's a tie for 9th place, actually. In 8th place, Sambuca 2020. In 7th place, The Last Rambo. 6th place goes to Ludwig World Order Fan. 5th place goes to M5 NSX, excuse me. 4th place goes to Al Qadarippa. 3rd place, Geekrum. 2nd place goes to Infinite 55. And in 1st place for the week, Vote Democrat. And it's funny because it wasn't until yesterday that Vote Democrat overcame Infinite. He almost sat pretty there at the top cheer of the week all week, but finally Vote Democrat overcame him. And in fact, I should say this, Vote Democrat just did a 162-bit cheer to become the top cheer of the stream, and he said, Sly Cooper, re. Okay, then. 162 bits. Thank you, Vote Democrat. And, wait a minute, Darth Tonius just did a 50-bit cheer and said, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so thank you, Dartonius, for the cheer. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think we've covered everything, guys. I do. I think we've covered everything. Well, wait a minute. Knows Nobody just resubscribed to the channel for a full year. 1 year of support. Thank you very much, Knows Nobody. That earned you the golden chat crown encrusted with rubies and emeralds. I hope you like that when you talk in the stream chat. I hope you like your nice new bling crown. Wait a minute. No One But Smash just resubbed for 6 months. He says, years later, I haven't stopped watching you yet. Thanks again, Phil. All right, thank you very much to No One But Smash, who just resubbed for 6 months. That earned you the golden chat crown. Appreciate that support. Wait a minute. Orcs or Dorks 7 just did a 175-bit cheer and said, out of the way, Vote Democrat. So Orcs or Dorks is currently the top cheerer of the day. Let's get him. Well, wait a minute. I was just about to update the leaderboard. And then Posh Ganache did a 200-bit cheer to become the top cheerer of the day. So let me go ahead and get Posh Ganache up there as the top cheerer. 200-bit. Oh, wait a minute. I thought we were done, but then Cliffy Bureau did a 163-bit cheer. I think he was attempting to be the top cheerer, but he was a little bit late on the draw there because both Posh Ganache and Orcs or Dorks had out-cheered him. And he says, yo, Big Phil, my vacuum parts came today. Big ups, homie. You finally got those, huh? That's great. It's about time. That's a real slow boat shipping there. All right, great. Very nice. Okay, so thanks everyone for your support here on pre-stream. Since the contributions have now slowed down, I think it's now time to end the pre-stream. And we are about to start up Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus for only the 2nd time ever. I'm very excited to be playing this game again. I really enjoyed it the first time that I played the trilogy, and we'll see how this goes. All right, everybody. Thank you. And that is it. It's now time to end the pre-stream. There's literally no more contributions. I'm not kidding. This is not like, oh, well, wait 1 freaking minute here. We just received, there's just a $1.30 tip from Americanized Frog, who said, you're such the American dude, know the American frog. He's an American frog. Yeah, an American frog. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I screwed up. Shit. Americanized. Shit, I can't type. Americanized frog. He's the American frog. Oh, the American frog. He's coming to your town. He's sucking flies right down. He's the American frog. All right, thank you. The Americanized frog with the top tip of the day. Cliffy Bureau did a 201-bit cheer. That makes Cliffy Bureau the top cheer of the day. He says, how much do you have to cheer to rub my face in that glorious goatee? That is absolutely disgusting. And I don't want to ever hear that ever again, Cliffy Bureau, but thank you for the top cheer. That is 201 bits. Thank you. Vash cheered. Vash, I understand. Let's just put it that way. Thank you for the cheer, Vash. Okay, Cody Carpenter tipped me $1. He says, Sly Cooper movie's dead, but whatever happened to the CGI Mario movie? And since recording EU versions of old playthroughs, do you see less view counts on the old videos? Seems as though the original playthroughs aren't worth watching after the new ones. I mean, the thing is that, in essence, playthroughs age, and playthroughs, for some people, age well, and others they don't. So, for example, there's a group of people who watched my videos back in the day, 7+ years ago, who loved the original Sly Cooper trilogy playthroughs I did, and they'll go back and they'll watch them ad nauseum forever. But then there's some people now who are like, man, I would never watch anything that someone puts out on the internet that's not direct capture. I'm not going to do that, right? So, because of that, you know, I understand that that's why it makes sense for me to go back and replay these games with modernized graphics and streaming, okay? So, it's a mixed bag. Over time, that the viewership that you're going to get on an old stream is going to decrease anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get exponential viewership on a playthrough you did 7 years ago. It's just not going to happen. People want to see the newest version, the latest version, the hot new release. That's what it's all about. So, even though, yes, Cody Carpenter, I do feel that, yeah, more people are probably going to watch this newer version of Sly Cooper than the old one in the now. Overall, of course, the old version of Sly Cooper is going to get more views. That's back when I was white hot popular on YouTube. You know, 2011, 2012 was the height of my popularity, when everyone was tuning into me to see me play all the new releases. And, you know, that HD trilogy was a brand new release at the time, and it was the first time I'd ever played the game. So, you know, I'm probably going to get a few thousand views on these videos, if that, when I put them up on YouTube now. And I'm okay with that. I don't really care about YouTube viewership. I just know that, especially people who can't make it to the streams, go watch it there, and that's cool with me. All right? Frog for Life tipped me $5 and said, wait a minute. So thank you to Frog for Life. You're by far the top tipper of the day. I screwed this up, though. Frog for Life. We're frogs for life. We ain't croaking nowhere. We ain't croaking nowhere. We're slipping the flies now, 'cause it's frogs life for life. Oh, I screwed it up. Damn it. I got close, too. And I screwed it up at the very end. Son of a bitch. All right. Babyman Gaming fan tipped me $1.32 and says, shout out to Babyman Gaming Bros. Is this a new thing? The Babyman... You shouldn't call them the Babyman... You call them the Babyman Bros. This should be a new group. We have the Frogs. Now we need to have the Baby... Excuse me. Now we need to have the Babyman Bros. There you go. Now we're going to have all these different factions appearing on my streams. The Frogs versus the Babyman Bros. Okay, then. Okay, shout out to Posh Ganache, who did a 202-bit cheer and said, wait a minute. All right, so thank you to Posh Ganache. You were the top cheer of the day now. Now you get back on the leaderboard. Wow, we have a real battle for top cheer today, huh? We actually have a pretty intense battle. People going back and forth between like 3 or 4 different people for top cheer. All right, so one final thing. I actually want to check sub count because I haven't checked sub count. We've been streaming pre-stream for over an hour now. Yes, we have been. There's been that many contributions. 620 subs. So we actually went up a couple subs. Very nice. Let's go ahead and update that. Okay. So, thank you to the top contributors of the day. Posh Ganache with the top cheer and Frog for Life with the top tip. What we're going to do now, since the contributions have dried up... Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Avocado B just subscribed to the channel for 4 months and says, can't wait to see you play. Sly's one of my favorite PS2 games next to Kingdom Hearts. Thank you, Avocado B, for 4 months of support. Then Fock tipped me $1, said, how come the forums are locked down? I already addressed this on the pre-stream. I believe there was a necessary update for the forum software that needed to be run. And I don't know if it automatically ran overnight or if the webmaster is involved. I'm trying to find out. I actually contacted him to find out. And I'm sure he's going to look into it and let us know. Bummer. Sorry about that, because I know some people were voting on the poll and it went down. Nothing I can really do about that. My fault. I didn't know this was going to happen, and I'll let you know when things get fixed. Okay? So thank you, Fock, for the $1 tip. And then wait a minute. Cliffy Bureau just gifted 5 random subs to 5 random stream attendees. Kanji Monster, Bran Low, Odd Civ, Hey What Up, and Escape the Bucket. All just received gifted subscriptions. So thank you to Cliffy Bureau for the support. And I'm going to update the sub count in a minute, but it takes a few minutes to update properly. So I can't really update it yet. It's not accurate yet. But I will update that appropriately soon. And then, wait a minute, Vincent444 did a 100-bit cheer and said, wait a minute. So thank you to Vincent for the cheer. I would love to update this sub count. But it's not updating. It's still saying 620. What we'll have to do is wait a few minutes and then check it again. All right. So it looks to me like everything has slowed down. The contributions have now stopped. So what we're going to do is end the pre-stream. I'm just going to, for some reason, my hands feel sticky. I don't know why. I'm going to go, oh, I know why. My PS3 controller, because I cleaned it this morning before I started streaming. It was very dirty because it's been sitting on the floor for a while. And I probably got shit all over my hands. I got to go wash them. All I'm going to do is run and wash my hands, and then we're going to get started. Okay? Well, hold on. Knows Nobody just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you to Knows Nobody for the 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. All right. So, oh, wait a minute. Cliffy Bureau just did a 150-bit cheer and said, let's go. And Rumpelstiltskin just tipped me $1.11 and said, wait a minute. Wait a hot minute. All right. Well, thank you to Rumpelstiltskins for that dollar tip. We're now up to $15 in tips. And now Vincent just did a 70-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Vincent, for another 70-bit cheer. I don't know if we're ever going to play the game. This may just, it literally may just be pre-stream all day because people are contributing so much at this point. Holy Testicle Tuesday, Frogs, Logs, and Cogs just did 100-bit cheers and no games allowed Kappa. Apparently no games allowed, and apparently I'm not allowed to wash my hands. I'm going to eternally have sticky hands from cleaning my PS3 controller. All right, now it looks like, wait a minute. Nihilistic Goldfish just did a 500-bit cheer. He says, wait multiple more minutes. So, Nihilistic Goldfish is now the top cheer of the day. Let's get him up on the leaderboard. This is getting ridiculous. Thank you, Nihilistic Goldfish, for the 500-bit cheer. Wait a minute. Just tipped me $1 and said, just wait a goddamn minute. Thank you to Wait a Minute for the dollar cheer. Excuse me. The dollar tip. I'm getting confused here. Wait a minute. Frogs, Logs, and Cogs just did a 100-bit cheer and said, talk some more. Well, all I'm doing is giving shout-outs for the contributions, which is why the pre-stream still hasn't ended, because they're still coming in. Holy molies. Holy splamolies. Thank you, everyone, for a supportive pre-stream. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Brad Paisley tipped me $1. Says, make sure your frog costume for Halloween this year involves a green turtleneck, or you can dress up as Elton John. No, I'm going to dress up as a baby man. So, I don't know how that's going to go. Maybe I can find a giant baby costume, and we're dressed as a baby with a big bottle. We'll see. I might be a baby. The frogs are the old thing. That's old and played out. The new hotness is the baby man bros. So, I think I want to be part of the baby man bros. We'll see. Okay? Wait a minute. Avocado B just did a 200-bit cheer and says, delay what you were going to do for a period of time equal to 60 seconds. 60 seconds, he says. Wait a minute. Frog Baby Man just tipped me $2 and said, you can all wait a damn minute. Oh, my God. Well, we're up to $19 in tips. Many cheers. In fact, now maybe we can actually check sub count. Because I'm thinking, wait a minute. You got to be kidding me. Eternal 718 just subscribed to the channel for 2 months in a row, 7 total, and says, happy 7 months. Thank you for the 7 months of support, Eternal, and the 2 months of consecutive support. According to his sub count, we are now up to 625 subscriptions, which incidentally was originally my sub goal for the month anyway. I lowered the sub goal thinking we weren't going to hit 625, and then we hit 625 anyway. So thank you all for the support. Very damn nice. Thank you guys. Okay? Wait a minute. Oh my God. Rumpelstiltskins just hit me another $2. Said, espera un minuto. Now, for those who don't speak Spanish, hold on. Allow me to translate because I took many years of Spanish when I was in high school. So, espera un minuto. You may have no clue what this means, but in reality, what it means, get this. It's very shocking. It means, wait a minute. Now, Vote Democrat just did a 62-bit cheer and said, wait a minute. Oh, my God. What is going on? Do you guys just not want to see Sly Cooper? Are you guys just like, you just don't want to see? Oh my God, Babyman Gaming 231 ABC just did a 100-bit cheer and said, wait, oh no, it didn't. He said hashtag Babyman for life. Wait a minute, Babyman, you ruined it. We were on a roll. And you didn't say, wait a minute. Instead, you said Babyman for life. Talk about ruining the vibe and talk about bogarting the attention and showboating, man. Boo! Boo! You ruined it, man. Come on. We were doing... Oh, shit. I dropped my controller. We were doing so well. And you derailed the whole thing. You ruined it. Fuck. $50. How do I get on a Turtle Guile in ST? The best way to attack a Turtle Guile in Super Turbo is to find someone who can either out-zone him with projectiles, such as Ryu or Ken, who can throw more projectiles than him, or to find a character that can somehow get under his sonic booms, such as Blanca or Dalsim, or someone like Vega, who can get mid-range and poke the shit out of him and interrupt his sonic booms or sweep him through them. That's how you beat God. Pro Prime tipped me $1 and said, I love waiting a minute. Well, I think everyone's going to just have to keep waiting a minute. I don't know what's going on today. I really don't. You know, normally by now we would have started gameplay about a half an hour ago, but it's off the rails. People just keep contributing and delaying the start of the game. The Real Jasper tipped me $1, said, wait a minute. Put wait a minute on a Teespring shirt. Someone says, put wait a minute on a Teespring shirt. A whole one person would probably buy that shirt, by the way. So thank you to the Real Jasper for a $1 tip, giving us that suggestion. Okay. All right. And now I think finally it's calmed down. I think it's time to officially end the pre-stream. And like I said, I'm going to run quickly to the bathroom and just wash my hands. And then wait a minute. Vincent just cheered 67 bits and said, wait a minute, emo. He wants a wait a minute emo. I mean, that's what we could do, but this doesn't happen often. You know what I mean? Like, this usually doesn't happen that often, where we get these crazy amount of contributions on a pre-stream that keep going and going. So, in reality, I don't think it would be used that much. Maybe once every few months, but this is not a common occurrence. So, okay. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. Phil Ronis just did a 100-bit cheer and said, Etunim Atia. For those who are not aware, when you read that backwards, can you guess what that says? I think you can figure it out. Crazy Dream just did a 50-bit cheer and said, wait a minute, emo. He wants to wait a minute, emo as well. Okay? Jackie's Purse says it happens enough to now become a meme. Yeah? If you guys want to wait a minute, emo, we can see if someone can whip something up and we can maybe add it. Oh my God, excuse me. Meat Pistol Meltdown just did a 50-bit cheer. Says I'm breaking the rules by derailing the stream with this contribution. Thank you very much to Meat Pistol Meltdown for the 50-bit cheer. Alright. Now, wait a minute. The Angry Grandpa just tipped me $1 and said, with all these donations, you finally have enough money to make Project 7 the movie. That's absolutely ludicrous. At $25 in tips, you realize that I spent, no lie, thousands of dollars making Project 7, right? It's true. Anyway, wait a minute, Timmy, $3 said, waiting till I can wait no more. Alright, thank you for a $3 tip. Wait a minute. I appreciate that. Okay. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is now time. Now the contributions have actually dried up, which is fine. Let me go brush my hands. Alright, and then we'll start with Sly. Okay, wait a minute. Crazy Dream just cheered. He said manere unus minutum, which is Latin for wait a minute. Knows Nobody just did a 100-bit cheer and said Sly Cooper waiting room. Whoa, Posh Ganache just did a 505-bit cheer and said I hate gameplay. So Posh Ganache just became the top cheerer of the day with a 505-bit cheer. Thank you, Posh Ganache, for the top cheer of the day. And Retro Jim just did a 100-bit cheer and said espere un minuto, which again means take out the trash. That's what it means. No, it means wait a minute. Wait a minute. is what it means. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, no, wait. Shanks25 just cheered 100 bits and said, hold on, Phil. Wait one more minute. Dude, I don't think we're ever going to start. I don't think we're ever going to start Sly today. This is insane. I have no idea what's going on. I really have no idea what the hell's going on. I don't know why. What is happening? Meat Pistol Meltdown just cheered. It says, don't wash your hands. Keep the gamer juice on it. Ugh. There's all crud on my PS3 controller. Now it's clean because I scrubbed it. But, like I said, now my hands are all yucky. I gotta wash my hands before I start, dude. Alright, now it looks like finally there's no contributions. I'm going to take this opportunity. We're going to end the pre-stream. I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. And then when I come back from this very brief break, maybe a minute to 2 minutes to wash my hands, then we're going to start with Sly Cooper HD, the second playthrough. Thanks, guys, for being so patient on a really exorbitantly long pre-stream. Now it is time. I can finally end the stream right now.